This is the fourth debate that you would be voted in the first 20 minutes as the most obnoxious blowhard in America. So shut up for a little while. We're now 25 minutes into this debate, and he has insulted Nikki Haley's basic intelligence, not her positions, her basic intelligence. This is a smart, accomplished woman, and you should stop insulting her. If you ever got another Donald Trump term, he's letting you know, I am your retribution. He will only be, Elizabeth, he will only be his own retribution. He doesn't care for the American people. It's Donald Trump first. So do I think he was kidding when he said he was a dictator? All you have to do is look at the history. Let me make it clear. His conduct is unacceptable. He's unfit.
Former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, as you just saw there, did not shy away from criticizing his opponents, both on stage and off the stage at the fourth Republican presidential debate. It was a fiery night, and he joins us this morning from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Governor, thanks very much for being with us, as always. I want to start with your defense of Nikki Haley. You know it's getting a lot of headlines. Is an alliance beginning to form between the two of you?
Stop. You know, you guys are so cynical.
Stop?
How about
That's not cynical.
You know what broke out last night? Yeah.
I called it civilized in the last hour. I said it was
you know
civil and important.
No, what the intentions you read into it are cynical. How about basic human decency?
Yeah.
And that's all I displayed on the stage last night with Nikki Haley. Look, I disagree with Nikki on a lot of things, and I don't think she's strong enough to take on Donald Trump. I think she is absolutely avoiding doing it. She's playing prevent defense on the stage last night, trying to protect a lead she doesn't have. So I have plenty of problems with Nikki, but her basic intelligence is not one of them. In fact, I think she's a really bright, accomplished woman, and she belongs on that stage. But, you know, I'm not going to let Vivek Ramaswamy sit there and take broadside shots and say his 3-year-old son knows more than her. Look, Vivek Ramaswamy is a misogynist. I think that's the only thing we can conclude when you hear all of his comments about women. And he goes at women's basic intelligence. And I think a lot of women watching that last night felt like that's exactly what he was doing. That's what I felt, being the husband of a strong, accomplished wife who worked in a very male-dominated business on Wall Street. And I was not going to let it go on anymore. So I don't think Nikki Haley should be our nominee, and I don't think she should be president of the United States. But I'll tell you this, she's certainly a very smart and accomplished woman, and she deserves credit for what she's done in her career. And I'm not going to stand there as a good person. My mother taught me better than that, and allow someone like that to take those kind of ridiculous shots at her.
And you're very right. Mary Pat is all of those things as well, Governor.
Hey, Governor, I know how you feel about somebody on the debate stage based on kind of the intensity of your response. It's one of your tells. It's not a bad one, by the way. The intensity of your responses to Vivek Ramaswamy are at another level. Why?
Because he's like a drunk driver on the debate stage, and he doesn't belong there. Guy hasn't voted in a Republican primary till the last Republican primary, and he's up there critiquing everybody else and calling us all thieves and liars and corrupt and all the rest of it. When meantime, what this guy did was make his fortune off of an Alzheimer's drug that didn't work and gave people false hope. He's nothing but a patent troll and a bad person, and he doesn't belong on the stage. Not because of any RNC criteria, it's because of basic decency. And you saw it last night. And now he's calling January 6th an inside job. I mean, this guy, there is nothing that he won't stoop to. But I will tell you this, too. Ron DeSantis last night proved himself to be a coward. He won't answer whether he would send troops to Taiwan to defend if China invaded. He won't say whether he would send troops for a credible plan to try to save American hostages in Gaza. And he won't say whether Donald Trump is fit for office or not, even though he got all three of those questions directly. I got those questions directly. I answered them directly. Voters can agree or disagree with the position I take. That's absolutely fair. But he is like evading every question up there because he's afraid of offending. And in very much the same way, Nikki won't offend on Donald Trump either. It seems to me like both of them are warming up for the 2028 primary and trying to get Trump voters in 2028 rather than try to prevent the train wreck that a Trump presidency would be in 2024.
Governor, the debate last night was just hours after yet another mass shooting in America. 3 people murdered on the UNLV campus, and yet the issue of guns did not come up except one question to Ramaswamy on his call for AR-15s in Taiwan. So for our viewers who want to know your position on guns and mass shootings in America, what would combating this wretched gun violence in America look like in a Christie administration? Previously, you have been supportive of an assault weapons ban. It actually motivated your run in the state of New Jersey in 1993.
Well, let me just say this. I think that it's very, very important for us to enforce the laws that we already have in the books. That's what I did as governor of New Jersey. I very aggressively enforced those laws. If the recent mass shooting we had in Maine, if the laws had been enforced regarding someone who showed clear signs of mental disturbance and violent conduct and violent speaking, we would have prevented those deaths. And so I want to see exactly what happened at UNLV last night. But I will say to you that at the end of this, if we don't deal with the mental health crisis in this country and provide much more mental health treatment for folks and make it easier to involuntarily commit people who have obvious mental health issues and are speaking violently, we're going to continue to see this violence, whether we ban a type of weapon or not. We have 350 million guns in circulation, Poppy, and banning certain weapons, unless you're going to confiscate them too, which I would never do, you're not going to change the problem unless you get to the root cause, which is the mental health of the people who engage in these mass shootings.
Does that mean you no longer would sign as president an assault weapons ban? Just want to be clear here.
Oh, yeah, no.
All right, Governor Chris Christie, unequivocally attacking the former president when others wouldn't last night. Once again, we appreciate your time, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, but Phil, by the way, would you remind Jeff Zeleny that I actually was doing that? I listened to Jeff this morning who said no one laid a glove on Donald Trump. I wondered whether Jeff was like watching a basketball game.
Oh, no, he was watching
during
very
the debate
closely.
last night and then providing commentary. But if you want to have somebody who's going to lay a glove on Donald Trump, go to chrischristie.com and donate.
Governor,
I'm the one who's going to tell the truth, and I'll even tell it to Jeff Zeleny.
First off, I think Jeff Zeleny would happily have that discussion with you. I think you know that well, too. I think Jeff was talking about the bigger picture, things where they stand right now. I like you, man, but I will defend Jeff Zeleny against anybody and his journalistic talent and observations.
And integrity.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I didn't question his integrity. I just questioned whether he actually watched the debate. And even somebody like Jeff Zeleny can be wrong every once in a while, guys.
I disagree, sir. But I know he's there, so I'm sure you guys will run in.
Respectfully.
And give me
You guys should go have a cup of coffee, Governor.
He will give you a readout of his views, and I hope he passes them along to us as well. Governor Chris Christie, we always appreciate it, my friend. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.